one of the priorities, Ian, that you had talked about wanting to pursue was around rediscovering parts of yourself that may have been lost over the years in senior leadership positions. And you talked about trying to rediscover a bit of a playfulness that may have been swallowed up or, sort of covered up by the need to be serving in different senior leadership roles. What that brought up for me was the use of metaphors and how we used metaphors to describe the current way that you were relating to the topic that you wanted to pursue, the work that you wanted to do, and an aspirational new way that was the goal of the coaching program, to transcend into this new way of being that had that kind of playful component to it. I wonder if you could just talk about, because metaphors are such an important part of the integral coaching methodology, and I think quite conceptual for people. It's hard really to understand what they're all about until you get a more practical sense for how these things work. Could you talk a bit about the role that metaphors played in your coaching journey?
Yeah, part of the process that I went through was one where you end up with a metaphor that succinctly kind of describes just how you're going about things right now, kind of that overall sort of orientation, I guess, to the way you approach things, maybe in your work or maybe in things you're involved in otherwise. And the benefit of the metaphor is it just allowed you in a very quick way, and even to put a picture around yourself. And you don't, that's not imposed on you. You kind of arrive at that together with your coach. And then it's really quick and easy to talk about it as your current way. And then, and at least in my case, the metaphor of what I was working towards, where I had some, transition I wanted to make and expose some aspirations, was actually really, truly a picture. I mean, I can still see the picture sitting here today, a few years later, in my head. And it is sort of the encapsulation through that picture or through the phrase. It's like a good image or a good metaphor. It just sort of sets forth lots of meaning and lots of understanding. It's very present now, and it's been quite a while since we sat down together and talked about it. It just but it helps me to reorient often around what I'm doing or choices I might be making.